Here's a question for you. WrestleMania 30 is in 2 weeks. That's right, 2 weeks from today. And yes, I will order it. Unfortunately, though, I will not be home to watch most of it because I will be working. But I will try to be home in time to, during my lunch hour, to try to set up the recording of it. Like I said, try to. Anyway, here's a question I'm sure a lot of people are going to ask. WrestleMania 30. Will it be a box office? Will it be a success? Or will it be a failure? Will it be a box office bomb? Or a box office dud? You see, this is a question a lot of people have heading into WrestleMania 30. You see, the reason people ask that question is a number of factors. One of the factors that people point out a lot of is the fact that it's not traditionally at Madison Square Garden, and that instead it's at the Superdome in New Orleans. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of us can accept and understand the fact that WWE wants to follow in the footsteps of NFL and the Olympics. They basically want to follow in the footsteps by having WrestleMania in the venues that have or will host Super Bowls, or will have or will host Olympic events. Now, some might say hosting WrestleMania, some might say that even though it's acceptable, that one exception to it should be WrestleMania 30, and that it should be in Madison Square Garden. And again, one can understand that, but I think one could also see where WWE is going to come from that aspect. You see, the two WrestleManias that followed WrestleMania 20 took place inside smaller venues. The Staples Center in Los Angeles, and the even smaller Allstate Arena in Chicago, Rosemont Horizon. So you can kind of understand maybe where WWE is coming from when they decide, you know what, yes, traditionally we should hold it in MSG, but you know what, let's just hold it. Let's just keep a new tradition going and hold it in a stadium, in a dome. And that's exactly what they're doing. So, that of course is one of the factors, the fact that it's being in the Superdome instead of MSG. And they feel as though being in the Superdome might not make, even though it'll make it look bigger and more grand at times, won't have that WrestleMania feel that it should have. The other factor, of course, is the card itself. Now, some might argue and say that WrestleMania 30's card is kind of a mixed bag. Some might even say that it's a good card and could surprise us and go beyond expectations, while some say that it's a card destined to fail. When you take a look at the matches involved already signed, and the potential matches to come, if not added on in the last second or so, one never knows. Triple H Daniel Bryan, for example, originally slated to be Triple H CM Punk before that incident, is destined to be possibly a classic. Probably not just in match quality, probably not just in match quality, but in storytelling as well, because it is the one match out of the whole card right now that's been built up the most and has a lot of history. And then you get to the potential triple threat match, originally slated right off the bat, almost not from the beginning, to be Batista-Orton, but ever since the reactions, now it's potentially going to be a triple threat either way. And it basically sounds like people don't really mind who probably gets inserted into it, although the overwhelming favor goes in Daniel Bryan's direction. Some probably won't even mind if Triple H wins, because at least it's not somebody that's just been handed everything right off the bat as soon as they come back in Batista, and somebody that's basically bombed as champion in Randy Orton. And of course you got John Cena and Bray Wyatt, which has the potential to probably steal the show as far as match, if not storytelling, in itself, off within the match. Then of course, you have the potential 6-man tag, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal that could make or break somebody's career. You have Undertaker Brock, which could be the toughest, if not most intense and challenging match of Undertaker's streak. For Undertaker's streak, you got a whole bunch of scenarios. So that, which all does lead to the overwhelming factor. With all these matches already announced, and potentially more, like a tag team title match, a 3-team tag team title match, a 6-man tag, a Divas match for the Divas title, the question is, altogether, potential, with all this potential build up, will WrestleMania 30 succeed or flop? That is a question. Even with Hulk Hogan as the guest, that is the question. Will it succeed or will it flop? Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like.